Hello my friends, how are you? Sean Ferrick here for TrekCulture, and I want to pick up on a story that's been doing the rounds there this week, and it's a pretty bloody interesting one. Trek Movie recently reported that Akiva Goldsman, co-showrunner with Henry Alonso Myers of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, spoke about the plans for ending the show. Now, it might seem very premature to discuss the ending of a show that's just about to air its third season, so believe me, I get it. But this is really fascinating. So much, I think, because of how honest Akiva was during this interview. At the Tribeca Film Festival recently, we know that Hegemony Part 2, the first episode of Season 3, was screened. There was also this was followed by a Q&A. The news that Strange New Worlds is going to run for 5 seasons broke a couple of days before that, so of course that was going to be on people's minds, and indeed it was. Thankfully, questions were asked and questions were answered. The first, and I think the biggest reveal, if you like, is that Strange New Worlds is going to end with Kirk in command of the Enterprise. Now, I think a lot of us might have anticipated that, and I'm actually quite glad that that's where we're going, because then it will feel like we're going to tell the complete story, or as close to, with Pike in command of the Enterprise. Now, obviously there's going to be stories we'll miss, like we met Pike when he was already in command of the Enterprise. But Akiva said that the last episode will take us past Kirk's first day. By that, I think we can infer that we're going to see the crew either going off in their different directions, being reassigned, but really setting up the link between Strange New Worlds and the original series. Akiva, when asked as well what he thinks Kirk's first day would look like, said, "We haven't seen that yet." He feels that the original second pilot of the original series, where no man has gone before, most certainly was not on Kirk's first day. It doesn't feel like it's his first mission. So there's also a little bit of leeway and a bit of room to play there too. One thing that of course he didn't comment on, because of course he wasn't going to, is whether or not this show will end with Pike's accident. I've said this before, I wouldn't like it to. We know it's going to happen. We know it's going to be in Pike's future. Sometimes knowing a thing is better than seeing a thing. A really refreshing thing to come out of this was Akiva speaking so openly about the circumstances that have led to the truncated 5th season and what the plans for Strange New Worlds were. He said that Paramount approached him and said, right, we're going to wrap up after 4 seasons. And everyone was a bit like, oh, hang on, what about our plan to take it up to the original series? But that he wasn't immediately met with pushback. And for that, you can both thank and commiserate the fate of Discovery. Star Trek Discovery, as we know, filmed 5 seasons, and then the crew found out that it had been cancelled. They pushed for additional episodes, even feature length, and they were denied. So what they did get was that coda that's at the end of life itself. That was fresh in the minds of the people making Strange New Worlds and the producers. So when Akiva and Henry said, look, I don't think we can do this in 4 seasons. We need to get to the original series. The answer was not, yeah, that's not happening. The answer was, what do you need to make that happen? And according to Akiva, they said 6 episodes. So that's where our 6-episode 5th season comes from. I confess I'm still mildly frustrated that it's only 6 episodes as opposed to 10. Already I think 10 episodes are too short for a season. But what I am taking heart from was, again, according to Akiva, there didn't seem to be a fight. There didn't seem to have to be ongoing negotiations to make those 6 happen. It looks like everybody wants to tell this story and they want to do it right. That really gives me heart, because sadly that's not always the case in television. Again, case in point, look what happened to Discovery. You go back in time, look what happened to Enterprise, look what happened to the original series. This support for finishing the story seems to be coming from all sides, from Paramount, from Secret Hideout, from CBS, and of course from the Strange New Worlds team. I like as well, Akiva's quoted as saying, you know, kind of for people, basically saying, for people wondering what's happening, we all know what's happening with Paramount. You know, we've spoken about it here on the channel before. This ongoing merger has been a blight in the sides of everyone's plans for so long. And yes, that has played a direct impact here. You know, we will analyze till the cows come home when we get to it. But from this, I'm taking heart with everybody wants the story to be done right. We now know at least who's going to be in the big chair by the end. Again, I don't think that's any particular shock to anyone. In fact, I feel it's like a sort of a positive confirmation. And, you know, sometimes you wonder when people say, I would do this forever. But I do kind of get the impression, Akiva spoke about how he and Henry keep pitching title sequences again and again and again, that if there was a chance to go beyond Strange New Worlds, do something else, that they're up for it, they'll pitch it. He spoke about he had to pitch Strange New Worlds initially after Pike was introduced in Discovery's second season. Now, we've all thought that maybe it was a foregone conclusion, but I guess we weren't in the room. We don't know these things. So there was a pitch there may well be a pitch again, and this may lead to an entire future in that era. We don't currently know. What we do know is that Akiva's answering questions, so that's great. We do know that 5 seasons, the 5th season being 6 episodes, we know that it will end with Kirk in command of the Enterprise, which again, no great shakes there. What we don't know is where everybody else will be. We can infer that Spock, Uhura, and Scotty will probably be on the Enterprise, and Mbenga might be on holiday and kind of popping back and forth, you know what I mean? But yeah, I am excited to see what's coming. I'm very excited to see season 3, which is dropping this week with 2 episodes, Hegemony Part 2 and Wedding Bell Blues. Super excited for that. We will be bringing you the ups and downs for both of those episodes. We'll bring you the ups and downs for episode 1 on Thursday and for episode 2 on Friday. And that goes for the articles which are being written by the lovely Jack as well. Episode 1 Thursday, episode 2 on Friday. We're also doing something new this season. Myself, Ellie, and Tom will be recording a quick What Just Happened video that will be aired after the release of each new episode this season. And folks, I must stress those will have spoilers in them. Only watch them when you've watched the full episodes, okay? I cannot stress that enough. I put a thing out there on socials the other day just about what to do really to avoid spoilers going into this season. I think if you want to be completely and utterly spoiler free, I really think the best way to stay safe for yourself is just stay offline until you get a chance to watch these episodes. Nobody's got the right to spoil an episode for you, but also we must be realistic here. We cannot expect people not to discuss episodes after they drop. So mind yourself, stay offline until you see the episodes. As I said, we will not take it personally. If you want to mute us during the run of the season, absolutely fine. We will be there ready and waiting with arms open when you're back. Same goes for YouTube as well. Because we don't want to spoil anything for you. However, inadvertently, please do give us the benefit of the doubt. We're never trying to spoil anything on anyone. Sometimes things happen and we don't want that to happen to you. Okay, right. With that all, yous are awesome, yous are wonderful. If you would like to have a TrekCulture t-shirt, you can do so by going to the link just below this video. We've got a couple of different designs on there. I actually really like them, so I hope you like them too. If you are going to be at the big convention in Vegas this year, Trek to Vegas, please say hi. I will be there. I will be around for the whole week. I would love to meet you. I would love to say hi. I would love to grab a photo, put it up on socials, and tell everyone just how cool you are. Yeah, I said it. You're cool. Folks, thank you so much. Please make sure that you're liking, sharing, and subscribing. It's because you do that we get to do things a little bit outside the box here on the channel. I am so excited that we have new Star Trek again to share this week. It's easily the thing I love the most about doing all of this. Folks, live long and prosper. You are brilliant, and I will see you very soon.